Morning, morning, morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we have the lovely Naomi, all the way from Amsterdam, Holland. Yes, that little part of Europe with that big barrier. And she's going to tell us about her dancing career and how she got started and why, what motivates her and all the rest of it. So nice to have you here today, Naomi.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
That's good. So Naomi, what kind of person were you when you were in school and why dancing?
Oh, okay. I think I was very, I had to have my homework done. I was very, I can't let school down. I was a little bit shy. But I don't know why dancing. I just always, since I was little, I guess a quite generic story, just started dancing when I was a little girl and then just never stopped, really. So, yeah.
Okay, that's good. So when did you realise you wanted to become a dancer?
So, when I was about 11, I auditioned. Basically, the parents of a guy from my class, they were working for the Lionking, the musical.
Okay.
And they asked me to audition for it. And I had never really heard of musicals or anything before. But I was just like, yeah, sure, why not?
Sorry, is this Lion King in London?
No, in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah, we had a
Dutch version.
Dutch version. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I ended up getting it and playing Little Nala. And I think it was from that moment that I was like, oh my God, I really want to do this and be on stage and, yeah, pursue it as
And this was 12?
Yeah, I was 11
So
till I was
you
8.
the Lion King from 11 years old?
Yeah.
Very impressive for one's resume.
So, but that is kind of from when I was a kid that I realised I really wanted to be actually on a stage. And yeah.
Is that one of the baby lions you played?
Yes, the baby lions, yeah.
Okay. So that must have been a lot of long nights for you at 11 years old.
Yeah, but I don't know, I think us kids, we loved it so much and we got taken care of really well, and we actually got our mornings off the next day for school. They were really good for us, and they were just yeah, you can have them if you had a show the last night. And we weren't doing it every night, so there was a cast of 12 kids that were playing Simba and Nala, though we could alternate, it was, you weren't doing it every night. You were only doing it once a week or twice a week max.
So everybody took turns.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't, you know what that brings to mind, because no one's allowed to work in this country until you're a certain age. So how did they get by that? I don't know what the laws are in Holland.
It must be the same here, because here on the musicals they have little Simbas and Nalas as well. But the rule was we weren't allowed to be on stage, I think it was after 11. So if the show would run over, we weren't allowed to bow anymore, because we weren't legally allowed to be on stage after 11 p.m.
But how many hours were you, because I think there's a certain age where you're allowed to do a paper round.
Right.
13 or something like that. But then it's just an interesting thing. I'm not trying to get too technical here, but
Yeah.
it's do the arts have an exemption for kind of
Maybe.
employment?
I actually have no idea. They must do, because in loads of musicals you have kids that work in it, like Annie and God knows, so many musicals.
And acting in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, with movies.
Yeah.
All the kids are in movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So that was your first musical.
Yeah.
Singing, were you dancing? No dancing, I suppose.
There was dancing as well, yes. It was all three of it, singing, dancing and acting, yeah.
And what did you do after that?
So as a kid, like professionally, I didn't then work until I graduated from my college again.
What did you do? What did you study?
So I went to London when I was 17. I went to it was like a musical theatre performance college. But it was heavily dance based because dancing had always been like really my thing. I really enjoyed the acting and singing as well, but that's what I'd been doing all my life though. But I did go to a musical theatre college, but yeah, and then decided that I didn't want to do musicals anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't want to do musicals?
No.
What was the catalyst for that?
No, it was, well, I graduated and at that point I kind of thought I still wanted to do musical theatre. But for me, I started to do more freelance work as soon as I graduated, like working for artists and like other things. And then I kind of was like, no, like actually this is really what I love doing. For me, it was, I love from a freelancer, every week I do something completely different. I'm on different projects with different people, different choreographers, doing something just completely different. And for me, it was the year contracts in musical theatre that for me I wouldn't enjoy. I wouldn't doing the same show every night for a year long.
I mean, it's like being in an office or being outside, and like I meet different people all the time.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
in an office, right?
Yeah.
No, I understand that totally. When you did your degree, what did you learn that you felt actually contributed to your future career, and what was on there that you thought this is totally irrelevant?
Okay, so, well, we obviously had, like, our days consisted of dancing really from 8 a.m. in the morning till 7 p.m. at night. So, to be honest, every dance class really was contributing to what I needed to know for after college. I mean, the thing is, all the lessons could have been great, but we had, for example, a lesson that was supposed to teach us about tax and like all those things.
Oh yeah, because I suppose that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because you're all self-employed.
Exactly. But somehow we just didn't really learn anything in it, which is a shame because it would have been so helpful for all of us to like really actually know. And like, yeah, because it is hard as a self-employed that you don't know always when you have your money come in and like all these things. Like, they didn't really teach us anything about it when, yeah, it would have been great if they had.
Mm-hmm. So you moved on to the dance industry.
Yeah.
What is it about dance where you thought, yeah, this is me?
I think it's just what I've always done, and it's just so natural to me. And yeah, it's just, I guess it sounds really cheesy, but it really just is my passion. It's what I just love doing, and yeah.
How do you feel when you dance?
Oh God, it can be so many different things. I can feel so many different things depending on what kind of dance I'm doing, what mood I'm in, because yeah, it is just our way to express ourselves and to let things out. Or if you're feeling shit and you dance and you just let it all out and you feel much better after. Or yeah, or when you're on a stage and it's your adrenalines are like going mad. Yeah, I can feel so many things, emotions, and yeah.
What's your favourite genre of music to dance to?
That is a really difficult question.
Okay. Sweet.
It's okay. I don't think it's necessarily a genre of music. Again, it really depends on what mood you're in, or...
So you never get a commercial or something in, I don't know, let's say it's a R&B commercial and you think, yeah, this is me, I'm in my element. And then you might get a rap and you think, oh, that's okay.
Also, it just depends on the choreography, or if you're having to freestyle, or who the choreographer is, if you enjoy what their choreography is, regardless of what the music is.
You've raised some very good points there, because I don't think about choreography and all of that. Do you do that, or is that when you do the freestyle?
No, I either get booked on a job and there's a choreographer and they make the choreography and I do their choreography, or that it could be that I have to freestyle, but then I'm still not choreographing, I'm just freestyling. So yeah.
And what kind of thing would you freestyle? So freestyle is like someone said, just pretend you're in a nightclub or something, dancing.
I mean, that could be freestyle as well, absolutely. But in a contemporary world, freestyling is improvisation, is used a lot, and it's just your own movements. Like, yeah, it can be anything. You can do anything. Depending, you have poppers and lockers that freestyle a lot. You have voguers. So yeah, it can be anything.
You've been a great guest.
Thank you.
Questions. I know it's early hours of the morning.
Very early.
What have you learnt from the music industry and dancing and your whole arts industry, I should say, that you wish you knew when you had started?
That it is all about confidence and believing in yourself and just putting yourself out there, and it doesn't matter what other people's journeys are, what they're doing, what their opinions are, because just have confidence, basically.
That's good. And what would be your advice to a younger person who wants to get into the industry?
Again, literally finding your own niche, like understanding what your strengths are and just believe in yourself, and you'll get there. As long as you believe in yourself and have the confidence, then you find your way. And again, don't compare yourself to other people.
And career-wise, would they need a degree, sitting in guilds, diploma or anything like that? Or could they just...
Say that again?
Career-wise,
Yeah.
Do they need a degree or anything like that? Or can they just...
No, not necessarily. If you're talented and put in hard work, are committed, are motivated, then anyone can make it happen.
Okay. Where can people find you if they want to follow you?
On Instagram.
And your handle is?
Naomi Vajand.
You want to spell that for us?
So yeah, my last name is Weijand, and then Naomi.
And Naomi spelled how?
Oh, sorry. Naomi.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for that, and we wish you well.
Thank you.
We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day, as well as vlogging on our social media channel. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.